So I'm back from London. I had a great trip. I had so much fun, and the video is coming. I'm gonna edit it next week when I'm on holiday, but I won't have any internet, so it won't go up until, I don't know, at some point. What happened to my hair? It's gone and it's not coming back. But seriously, I'm actually super happy about this. I had a conversation with my mom saying, do you mind if I cut off half of my hair? And she was like, no, if you want to do that, go ahead, and I did, and I actually kind of like it. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. I actually do have a topic. For once, I have a very bad habit of just sitting down in front of the camera and just talking about what I want to talk about. But I do have a topic for today, so it won't be an update video. I don't know what else to call them. Shane Dawson came out as bisexual, and I want to talk about that. First of all, freaking props to him, and can we all just give him a small applause? Actually, let's give him a big applause, because he freaking deserves it. Coming out is never easy, and especially if you're famous, it makes it 10 times more difficult, because even though a lot of people are supportive, there's a lot of people looking at you compared to if you just have to tell your family and your friends. So yeah, props to him, because you have a very big audience and it's super difficult, so it's really, really great, and I'm really, really proud of him. And I'm not a giant Shane Dawson fan. I will say that I just bought his book when I was in London, and it was surprisingly amazing, hilarious with a side of serious, and it's really good. It's also kind of sad, because then while I was watching this video, he talks about how he hasn't been feeling good lately, and then he made this book called I Hate My Selfie, and I thought it was just sort of like poking a little fun of himself, but he's really been going through some stuff, and you don't think that about YouTubers, because he seems so happy, but it's obviously something like he pretends to be happy for his audience, and it's sort of like a role he puts on, and I just hope for him that accepting who he is will, make him feel better, and I'm just so happy for him. Now, I want to talk about some of the comments I saw underneath. I will say very, very few were negative. Actually, I don't even think I saw anything that was negative. I feel like people were mostly accepting, and they were really happy for him. There were a few, and it's not necessarily negative, but it's also very thoughtless, and I kind of want to address it. A lot of people were like, this is not a surprise. Don't assume anyone's sexuality. I cannot say that enough. It's super important, and it's not obvious that Shane was anything because he hasn't said it before, and he didn't even know it himself. Even if it were obvious, which I don't think sexuality should ever be something that's obvious, because that means that you are thinking about stereotypes, and just because someone acts a specific way doesn't mean that they are this specific sexuality. Some are, some are not, and it's really offensive. Also, when Shane literally talks in the video about how he didn't know who he was for a long time, and he didn't know himself, and he was so confused about it, and how it upset him how he didn't know who he was. And then underneath, a lot of people are writing, oh, well, it was obvious. Don't worry about it. We all knew this was coming. Do you have any idea how freaking offensive that is? Like, I don't think Shane would listen to the people who are like, we can't accept that you're bisexual, or the people who are saying you're just gay, you haven't figured it out yet. I don't think he's gonna listen to those, but when he literally says that he was confused about who he was and how that brought him very much distress, he's gonna listen to some of the people who say it's obvious, and he's gonna think, well, if it was so obvious, how did I know it myself? And that's really sad, because that's probably something that he's gonna take to heart, and I just don't assume someone's sexuality. I cannot stress this enough. It's super important, and you did not know that Shane was anything other than straight because he hadn't said anything. You didn't even know he was straight. Don't assume someone's straight either. Can't assume someone's gay because of stereotypes, and just because someone doesn't fill in these stereotypes and they haven't said otherwise, that doesn't mean that they're straight either. Just don't assume anything. That being said, most people were super, super nice to Shane, and he's been super happy, and there was a lot of YouTubers who's been writing sweet tweets, and you know, in general, this is all very sweet. Anyways, that's just all I wanted to say for today. I just wanted to put up a video before I went on holiday so I could edit the London video. I have a lot of footage, which is why I can't upload it now. But I am gonna do my best and hopefully it'll be good. And I will see you next week. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!